Sarantino here, back with another episode of the Free Thinkers Emergence podcast. Today, I'm going to talk about hard work and putting your best foot forward within that hard work. So, this kind of comes down to a sense of integrity within the self, where you know how hard you're working, and you know if you're actually trying your hardest and putting your best into whatever it is that you're doing. We all have an internal compass that tells us, oh, you should do this over this. You should put this much effort into this. You should care this much about this. And through this internal compass, you're going to figure out what you want to put your energy into. And I have this internal rationale where it's if I'm going to do something, I'm going to put my all into it. So I'm kind of an all or nothing person, and it can be a good and bad thing, but I've really turned it into a good thing because I align myself with my passions and my dreams, and I really focus on them. And when you really focus on what you care about, you get more of what you care about, because what you focus on is what you get. And that's just the law of attraction. So you always need to put your best into whatever it is that you're doing, because it takes just one time for something to go exactly right, and you might be set up for life. If you put if you put 3/4 effort or even 99% effort into anything, all it takes is the lack of a 1% for it to not work. But if you actually put that whole 100, that 1% might carry the last bit to tip the scale and tip it in your favor. So you don't know what this is going to be, but what I do know is that if you're not putting that effort in, you can guarantee yourself to not succeed. It's just not going to be possible, as there's always going to be someone else who actually is putting in that effort. And if they are putting in that effort, then they're going to be the one who sees that success. There's always going to be multiple people working towards a similar goal. They might not have the exact same goal, but if someone captures your opportunity before you capture it, that's just tough luck. You miss out on your chance. You won't be able to do it. That's just how it goes. Now, of course, there's at some degree set destiny, in my opinion, where if you're meant to do something, you will do it. If you have a goal or a dream, and it's your driving purpose in life, the reason why you get out of bed, the reason why you wake up, the thing that you really care about, it's probably gonna be you that does it. And that's just that's, I guess, my personal opinion mixed with what I've seen from life. The people who really care and have passion and that energy behind what they are doing, they're normally the people who get that reward for it. They are the people who really succeed in life, and these are the people who are putting their best foot forward into whatever it is that they're doing. It's all this comes down to you don't know exactly when something's going to go right, but every day you're preparing for it to go exactly right. So when you're working on a big project, for me, my program, and when I release it, I don't know how many people are going to want this course, but it could be millions or billions of people. If people really do like what I have to say, I can raise the price, or I can just keep it the same, and everyone can afford it. The goal was to have it start out pretty small and then increase the price a little bit as it gets more popular. And I want it to be affordable, yet I need it to be the supplement to help all these other ideas that I have. And it's why I chose to go into this first, as I knew it would be a great technique to help myself and help everyone else at the same time. As when you teach something to someone else, you're really putting your best foot forward. If you don't put your all into teaching someone else, then you shouldn't be trying to teach it to someone. That's just it's counterintuitive at that point. You're basically wasting your time. And the whole point is to like actually care. Like, why would you bother teaching someone if you didn't care to actually get them to learn the material? It's about putting your best foot forward in it again. And when you really break it down, like the one time you don't put your best foot forward in might be the one time that you really had to, and this might be the thing that actually makes or breaks your dream. It might be the thing that like is like, oh well he didn't do this, and yeah, I guess like we don't need him. Like, it's like, it is what it is. Like, and I don't mean to put like too much pressure on you or like whatever you feel from that sense of worry, but it's supposed to be that like almost, I don't want to call it the fight or flight response, but the like the internal dialogue and in that internal like voice that motivates you and gets you to go do whatever it is that you have to do. Like, say you have a child and they're in danger, you might work and help your child before you help yourself. And this is like one of those things where you sometimes have to help yourself first so you can help the child. And you can't help anyone without helping yourself. So that preparation in everything you do to help yourself, and then you can help even more people around you, including your child. So like if you have a family and you're not working and making money to get food, or you're not hunting or doing whatever you need to get food, you're not going to be able to eat, and neither is your kid. But if you don't have the energy to get the resources, then how are you going to be able to help your kid get the resources? Maybe they'll find it themselves, but at that point, then they're like their biggest role model, one of their parents, is gone. Like, that's like, they might as well not even be there. So it's it really does come down to like how much you're putting in is how much you get out, and the consistency of putting in all the time is what you'll get out. So like a consistent basis is always going to be more important than the amount. However, if the amount is minuscule and it is consistent, it's going to take you a long time to succeed. And that's where I'm basically going to leave this, because you have to put your best into everything you're doing. Somewhere you're going to draw the line in the amount of energy you'll put into something, but you really do have to give it that 100%. If you're giving it just a little bit, like for me, putting in just one lesson a day on Duolingo for my Russian is very minuscule. Like, I think I should be doing at least 3 if I really want to learn Russian by a reasonable time. Now, doing one lesson a day for 3 years straight, yeah, eventually I'm going to start like really getting the hang of it. But if I did 3 lessons for 3 years straight, now I multiply that like 1,000 by 3, and now it's 3,000 lessons instead of this like 1,000. Now I basically, this group that was 365s into a quick number, but you get the point. Like, there's a lot more there, and that's the difference between like just doing like a couple more in everything you do, or one more. It's always just about like putting just a little bit more effort into it, just doing a little bit more, and you'll see that in consistency that goes a long way. Well, that's about it. The idea is to this really capitalize on opportunity here, and you never know what is going to be at your door knocking until it's gone. And once it's gone, you're going to either regret it for the rest of your life, or you're going to find a way to make it up. And that's just one of the things that you're going to have to go through on your spiritual journey. And I wish you good luck if those things happen to you. Thank you for listening. My name is Nate Sarantino, and this was the Freethinkers Emergence Podcast. I can fly.